What's up, SNA Assassinator? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and this is the SmackDown season premiere edition under Return to the USA Network, which it has been 5 years since the last time we seen him on this channel. And yeah, I was like, man, like how is it gonna feel like going back to the channel that they once were before they made their 5-year deal with Fox? It was nothing out of the ordinary. It was like if they haven't left the public broadcasting channel of Fox, but even though they went back to the channel that they have made a deal with from over 30 years, but still, like it's still like it was a pretty good show. And yeah, the only thing different is that it would move back over to the cable channel. Like nothing out of the ordinary, no sudden changes other than their logo. Like what everybody was talking about, like rumor has it that that's going to be the new logo, and it sure seems like that, which that was the case on tonight's SmackDown. And yeah, we had a really good opener. But even though it was not like much in the expectation, rather than being like some changes, like it was not neither. Yeah, it's not like Solo did not achieve his goals of winning the WWE Championship. We won't be seeing Jacob Fatu being the next challenger. That's the only spoiler I'm going to be giving on the review video before I start recapping it. But let's get started on to today's SmackDown review video. This is where it started off with Triple H heading out to the ring. He was welcoming everybody in the season premiere of Friday Night SmackDown in the return of the USA Network, and even talk about the 25 years of the Friday night show. And also, he introduced was going to start off in the opener, and that was none other than the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, defending his WWE Championship against Solo Sikoa and Solo Sikoa inside a steel cage match. And then this is where fans even gave him a warm welcome, like Triple H. And this is where then he's like, all right, let's get this show starting off. That's where then they got in the ring. This was show to recap. Like the last time they were in the match was at a month ago at SummerSlam, with Roman Reigns helping Cody retaining and making sure that Solo Sikoa doesn't fully take over his position. And yeah, even though it didn't interfere, there was no interference, it was a really good match. And I had to give it the match of the night, because there really wasn't a main event, per se. And if it was like second or third place. So yeah, I'm just gonna say this is the best match of the night, and I think this was main event worthy. The only reason why I can agree why they didn't main event at this because what they have at the end of the show, and also the way it ended as well, which it could have been with the bloodline getting involved, but we're gonna get into that in just a moment. But let's talk about what Cody Rhodes had a massively entertaining match, with Solo Sikoa try to get the offense in, try to throw Cody's face right into the steel cage, but Cody Rhodes elbowed him. And that's where then he started hitting some right hands until Solo hits a right uppercut right onto the head of the American Nightmare, sending him flying right into the upper right side. He then threw him in the diagonal corner in the bottom left side, hit a running hip attack right onto the midsection, along with an elbow right into the head onto Cody Rhodes. This is where then we got I heard the Solo Sikoa try to do the same by sending them back right into the corner where they started their spot, right into the upper right side. But Cody Rhodes smartly moved out of the way, of a message saying, "Fool me once, shame on you, and you never fool me again." This is where he hits a running bulldog. Solo Sikoa easily got back up and start screaming at him, and this is where he tried to charge at Cody Rhodes right to the steel cage. But this is where he dodged him and hit him face first right onto the steel cage, and then he went to the right side and did it, and then he threw him right to the face in the top corner side. This is where then Cody Rhodes then tried to do it to the center by pointing them out, okay, you go to the bottom, and after that you go to the right, and then you go to the top, and then after that you go to the left, which he did it in all four sides of the steel cage. And then this is where he started getting some right punches until he went right to the right side. This is where he tried to go for a running attack move, but he did not know what to do in particular. I believe that was his downfall. He got hit back first and hit awkwardly right into the steel cage, the unforgiving steel cage, to be the exact. This is where Solo Sikoa was like, oh, good, I finally got him right where I want him. This is where then we got Solo Sikoa then trying to go for a splash onto the American Nightmare, which he successfully did, hitting him back first right right onto that left side. This is where the Solo Sikoa didn't try to go for a running hip attack while he was stuck in there. This is where he managed to do so. This is where he hit him so hard he hit the back of his head right onto the cage. This is where then we got fans were chanting their very non-PG language to Solo. I'm not sure what it was in particular. WWE did a very excellent job muting it out. I believe they were probably chanting "Flub you, Solo," and then they were chanting Cody Rhodes. And yeah, this is where then we got Solo Sikoa then trying to go put Cody right up in the upper right side to try to go for a back suplex. This is where then Solo Sikoa then started stomping him right into the middle. This is where Solo Sikoa's like, yeah, like I finally got right where I wanted. This is where then he hits a diving headbutt. And I believe he hit him so hard, he started making him bleed a little. This is where he tried to go for another diving headbutt, but this is where Cody Rhodes move out of the way. This is where he jump up right and try to escape right up on the upper corner. This is where Solo tried to grab onto Cody's leg. This is where he intercepted, playing pre-defense like in the early time. Smart move for the former enforcer, now new tribal chief. This is where he then grabs onto Cody's leg, hits him in the flapjack, and then this is where we got Solo Sikoa hit a swift kick right into the face, which you can see the red stuff start leaking more on his forehead. That's where he then hit a right uppercut. This is where then we got. That's where then he got him grabbing on the Cody Rhodes. That's where then he Irish whipped him right to the bottom of the rope, hit him face first, right onto the steel cage in the middle side. That's where he tried to go right up in the other side. At first, he successful hitting him there. This is where he tried to go for the right, but Cody Rhodes started under hammering him right into the gut, hit him face first, right into the steel cage, and he did he did try to go for a second attempt, but Solo Sikoa countered out and threw him instead right into the bottom corner, like savagingly knocking him down in the process. This is where we got Solo Sikoa to start hitting some right hands repeatedly. This is where then we got Solo Sikoa then go for a Samoan spike, like thinking about him trying to go for a Samoan spike. This is where then we got that's where Cody Rhodes then kicks Solo Sikoa right into the midsection. This is where he tries to go for a disaster kick, but he ends up getting powerbomb back first, driven right to the steel cage. This is where then we got Solo Sikoa then hit the throwing powerbomb right onto the into the left side. This is where then we got Solo Sikoa. How you like? I like that now, Cody. Cody Rhodes is like, I don't like it at all, but like I expected this to happen because it's not going to be a friendly game at the park, like a friendly ball game at the park. Like it's going to be a brutal mayhem right here. This is where he tried to powerbomb Cody, but this is where Cody Rhodes then go right to the left side, smartly hang on to the cage. This is where he tried to escape, but this is where Solo Sikoa tried to grab on his leg, but Cody Rhodes then pulled a smart move and kicked him right in the face. And then while he went right up in like he was 3/4 up in the top. Once he was up there, he fall right back down. Hits a pretty insane Cody cutter I have ever seen in professional wrestling, or when Cody ever did. Like he didn't even did his move, like not even the Wardlow in his time in the other company. Like he just did it very picture perfect. I was like, wow, like he really just hit a Cody cutter like that. Like how did he manage to catch on to Solo Sikoa? But then once he tried to go for a pin, this is where we got Solo, then got the shoulder up at 2.8. This is where then Cody Rhodes like, oh, come on, I thought that was for sure going to be it. This is where Cody Rhodes like, all right, like no matter. Like it's not like I'm, like I still got some time and I still got some moves where that came from, but I don't think I need to do. But I think he was kind of one-track minded though, like on accident, because when Cody Rhodes tried to climb up on the cage, this is where we got Solo Sikoa grabbing on his legs and trying to stop him. This is where we tried to pull him back down, but this is where Cody Rhodes then got back up. This is where Solo Sikoa started hitting some headbutts repeatedly, consecutively. This is where then he then trying to go right up onto the bottom corner side steel cage, try to escape that way. But this is where Cody Rhodes managed to stop him. He hits him head first, or face first, actually, right onto the steel cage, where Cody Rhodes then try to climb up and try to beat him to the very top. He was 1 foot over the top of the cage, and it was like a long more ways down, as what Corey Graves said. It's where Cody Rhodes started whacking right hands to the face onto Solo Sikoa and the left side of his head, and then hit him face first right onto the top bar of the cage. This is where he did it for a second time. That's where he started falling and slipping, and he slipped right back down. That's where Cody Rhodes is trying to escape. But before he can even get his legs right on the outer parts of the cage, it's where he got stopped by Solo Sikoa. It's where he dragged him right back in the ring. It's where he got him like in a standing suplex by slamming him neck first right on to the right back in the canvas into a brain buster. This is where we got this is where both men were down like after the brutal impact. This is where we got Solo Sikoa was trying to grab onto the cage door and try to walk out of there. When he got back up, fans were chanting, "This is awesome," which it totally was. Even though it could have been a little lot better, like with some kind of like build, like into a potential match at Bad Blood, but we're gonna get into that at the end of the match. But this is where we got Cody Rhodes like trying to hang on and try and stop him, but this is where Solo's call out. Like, there's nothing that you could do that's gonna slow me down. This is where he's spinning Solo Cody Rhodes up. This is where then he goes for another one. Like a second spinning Solo, but once he tried to go for the cover, I believe Cody Rhodes kicked out at 2.7. Or maybe it was 2.6 because once referee was over half, like Cody Rhodes got the shoulder up immediately. That's where Solo's called like, "Oh, come on. Like, can you do anything right to the referee?" This is where then we got this is where Solo's called like, "Oh, I totally forgot this. Like, I got the spike right here on my right thumb." This is where it looked like he was about to hit the Samoan spike when he tried to lift up Cody Rhodes' head up in the air and try to open up his neck. That's where it's like, okay, like he's ready for position. And that's where he's trying to struck Cody right with the spike. But luckily, Cody Rhodes moved right out of the way, right on time. Like with him, like blocking it with his left hand, and then this is where he started hitting with right hand. Like once he blocked it, he hit like a couple of strikes right to the head of Solo, dipped him right to the left side, go to the right. That's where Cody Rhodes would fly back and hit a flying forearm. That's where then he went right to the top corner ropes, bounced right off there, springboard disaster kick. What's his name? Solo Sikoa right onto that corner, and then he went diagonally in the bottom corner. Once Solo Sikoa was getting back up, he hit him with the Cody Cutter. That's where Cody Rhodes was getting ready to retain, and then this is where he tried to go for a pin, but this is where Solo managed to kick out at 2.2, I believe. This is where Cody Rhodes like, what to do now? Like it's like that Hartley gets easily kicked out, and then this is where Cody Rhodes is like, I got my crossroads, but this is where Solo's called move out of the way. That's where then he pushed him right to the upper right. This is where he hits a running hip attack, and then he hits another one. But this time Cody Rhodes sat down right to the bottom corner of the turnbuckle. This is where Solo's called drag him right back up. Samoa dropped him. I was like, wow, like that was insanely brutal. Like that's the first time I saw him do that to anybody in this as a victim to him. This is where Solo was trying to go for his splash, but unfortunately for Solo, like he stalled way too long. He put his hand up in the air, thinking he's gonna win, like in an island of relevancy. But even though he did got the splash, Cody Rhodes, they got the shoulder up at 2.999999999. That was my mind reporting away from me at 3. I was like, yeah, there's nothing that's gonna put away the American Nightmare. Like he's the WWE champion for a reason. But this is where we got Solo Sikoa then. And we got him trying to go for a running hip attack right onto Cody Rhodes. And right from the upper right side to the bottom, with Cody Rhodes at the bottom left side, like diagonally from the side. That's where he backs up once again, hit right to the face, where Cody Rhodes allowed him to happen because Cody Rhodes purposely pushed the door open. This is where the referee's like, "Are you ready to get out, Cody?" That's where Cody Rhodes tried to crawl out of there. He was just like a quarter way there if it wasn't for that meddling weasel, Solo Sikoa, that had to drag him right back in the ring. This is where then we got Cody Rhodes this is where he tried to go over back suplex on the Cody, but Cody Rhodes hit him with a crossroads. That's where he tried to go for the cover. That's where then he got almost a 3 count, but this is where Solo kicks out at 2.999999999. I'm like, wow, like I kind of expected that to happen because there could be some shenanigans going on. And yeah, that did happen, but unfortunately, there wasn't no shenanigans, which I'm gonna get into in just a moment. But this is where we got Cody Rhodes was walking right towards the right side of the cage. This is where I believe he was trying to climb up the upper left side of the steel cage. That's where Cody Rhodes was thinking about like escaping, but he's like, I have a better idea. That's where he turned back around. He saw Solo Sikoa was about to stand right back up. And where he's like, nah, I got a better idea. And then where Cody, this is where Michael Cole just starts shouting in a most hilarious way that you could possibly imagine. The 27-year commentator would what they call it forbid. I'll say forbid a wrestler to do, like when it's absolutely dangerous. He was like, no, not this way. Like, not on this way, not this way. And that's where Cody Rhodes hit a crossbody. That's where then we got this is where I tried to go for a pin, but Solo kicked out at 2.9999999. And this is where fans start continuing their satisfaction on this match by chanting, this is awesome. This is where then we got Cody Rhodes then try to escape out of the cage like he did before. But this is where he gets hit right in the face with the cage by Solo Sikoa. This is where then Solo Sikoa, I believe, trying to go where his finisher, which was the spike, I believe. Like if he's like always, like if he's his uncle. But this is where they start fighting each other, like trying to who's gonna win. But Cody Rhodes was winning by dodging the blow. And this is where then he turned into the crossroads. He gets the 1, 2, 3, and still the WWE champion, which is your man, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And I'm thinking I didn't want Cody to retain here, but but it should have been it could have been better with some outside interferences. But I guess that was restricted by the SmackDown general manager and kayfabe, of course. But so yeah, that's why I guess the rest of the bloodline then came out, which that probably would have led Roman Reigns to come out. Not until at least afterwards, of course. But I want to give a humongous congratulations to Cody Rhodes. This is definitely getting the first place spot of the best match of the night because they couldn't have anything to match this tonight. Not even the tag team match with Kevin Owens' mystery tag partner couldn't even beat this match. Because Cody Rhodes can have a really good match. Unfortunately, he lacks some storytelling, when it comes to be in a rivalry with somebody. But anyway, this is where we got the rest of the bloodline came out at the last second after the match, post-match. And this is where it was, Jacob Fatu, what's his name? Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. This is where then Solo Sikoa spiked Cody Rhodes. This is where from after the distraction. That's where then he got jumped by the bloodline, and I was like, poor Cody, somebody come out there. And that's where then we got Jacob Fatu trying to climb up all the way on the top of the steel cage in the upper right side. But luckily, somebody was coming out, which it had some Samoan-like opera music, which was none other than the OTC himself, Roman Reigns. This is where then we got Roman Reigns coming out there. This is where he once he got in the cage, this is where he then took care of the Tongans with Tama Tonga just missing him by an inch by Roman Reigns sending him right to the inside of the ring post, right onto the bottom left side. This is where Roman Reigns started whacking some right fists right into the head of Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga's brother. This is where then we got Tama. This is where Tama then tried to go for a splash right on to what's his name, to Roman Reigns, but he ends up hitting his own brother. This is where Roman Reigns sends him right to the left side. Roman Reigns hits his face first to Tonga Loa right into the bottom. But unfortunately, Solo Sikoa then attacks him from behind. This is where then he then start headbutting him right to the back of Roman's head. This is where then he's you may have knocked over my cousins, but you're not going to bring me down because I'm the new tribal chief because I own the Uwafala. And then this is where he's and then he also continues saying I've lost to Cody Rhodes, but it really doesn't matter when it comes to being the tribal chief. But anyway, this is where we got Solo Sikoa in the bottom right side. We're about to go for a running hip attack, but Roman Reigns took care of him with a Superman punch, knocking him out in the process. Roman Reigns was about to spear him, but Jacob Fatu had to pull him out of there. And then this is where Roman Reigns okay, since I can have Solo, I want you, Jacob, because you're the primary man of this group that took me out and put me on the shelf for the last few weeks. So I want you in this ring right here, right now. Fans yes, we're gonna finally get to see them meet each other in a brawl, in a non-official match brawl, I guess you'd say. This where then Solo Sikoa drag Jacob Fatu out of the ring, like how he did to Solo. I was like, yeah, of course, like how cowardly they are. Well, at least Solo is, but yeah, we're going to see plenty of more of Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, and Roman Reigns, and even Cody Rhodes later on tonight, which we're going to get into like at the end of the show. Like, and we're going to see what exactly that they're going to follow this up with. But yeah, this is where we got Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns took care of the Tonga brothers. Like, this is where we got Cody Rhodes hit the crossroads onto, I believe, the Tama Tonga, while Roman Reigns spears Tonga Loa to send a message to the other two members of the bloodline, where both men were start staring at one another, with Jacob Fatu putting the Ula Follow right back on Solo Sikoa. He was like, I'm coming after you like next time. And this was Roman Reigns, no, like, I'm coming after you and your brainwashing cousin, the Mr. Jacob Fatu right here. And this is where he stared at Cody Rhodes and the undisputed WWE champion, because he was the man that did beat him. This is where Solo Sikoa's like, yeah, you should be looking at the guy like he's the reason why you're no longer champion. This is where Roman Reigns is like, yeah, that's true, but I'm not gonna let that bother me. Like, but I will get my shot at that championship. But first, I gotta take care of you first. Where he looks like by giving an angry stare right at Solo Sikoa. So we're gonna be seeing something between Solo and Roman, right? Well, maybe, but we're going to be seeing that like later on. But let me know down in the comment section right down below how they're going to book this feud on who's exactly the real tribal chief of Friday Night SmackDown. But let's say Roman Reigns made it clear that it's still his show. He's still the tribal chief, with or without the championship. But we're going to get to that in just a moment. And some of you assassinators will be like, you're already getting onto that, like, and you might as well just talk about right here. Well, like, that's true in some capacity, but I rather would talk about it like when it's properly mentioned on the recap, like when I'm going from start to finish. Like, I mean, it wouldn't be nothing wrong with talking about from storyline after storyline. That's how the Great One does it on his YouTube videos sometimes. Like, if it. Like when like storylines just don't add up, like when first, second, third, and fourth, like if it don't add up on each, like on like if it don't add up from like one storyline to the next one, like in order. But anyways, this is where we got Kathy Kelly was interviewing the SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis about the matter. This is where he didn't give his take on. He was like, yeah, like what he said, like we put, we got everybody separated, like in their respective locker rooms, like, but it is where it is, like, but I can't, like, I'm not sure I would give out any updates, but I can tell you this, like, that Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa requested a match, like. And he was like, and it's a match and an offer that no one can even confuse. Like, I mean, nobody can refuse with an ER. I mean, RE. I mean, right, of course. But yeah, yeah, nobody can even refuse the offer. Like, not even Pretty Deadly wouldn't. This where then Nick, I was like, I'm not sure what exactly that is, but I am gonna follow. Like, but. And he was like, and well, I can tell you, as far as tonight's starting off with, it's far from over. And I was like, yeah, no sugar honey iced tea, and let's just say, like, it's not. Yeah, the segment between Roman and the new bloodline is not over yet. And then also featuring with Cody Rhodes being in the mix of this, we're going to be seeing what the results are going to end up going to be. But let me know in the comment section right down below. But yeah, what were your thoughts on this match between Solo and Cody? It could have been better if they added any interferences, considering most steel cage matches occurs no disqualifications. Like, but yeah, maybe it was for the best that they didn't went to that route. But yeah, maybe this for the best, because we're gonna figure out what exactly what's gonna be the update onto this. But let's move on to the next slide. We got But this is where we got Chelsea Green's tag partner, Piper Niven, then took on Mi Chin, with Mi Chin getting the first offense in, and even sent her crashing right onto the outside, right onto and hit her belly first right onto Alan the announce table. This is where Chelsea Green's like, how dare you do that? You don't have Like you don't have no coof and you have no what's that? No manners or blah blah blah. Like a Karen would say to somebody that's normal. But this is where Me Chin's like I'm getting tired of hearing her mouth, and this is where she did the shrug emoji, swift kick Chelsea Green right to the head. But it's where like we got Me Chin to look underneath the ring for a weapon, and I was like, even if she did hit Chelsea Green with a weapon, I don't think she would get DQ'd because Chelsea Green like is not even in the match. Like she's in ringside. Like if you hit hit a teammate of an opponent that's sitting in ringside, like you're not gonna be DQ'd. Like even if it's like a steel chair or a kendo stick. Like or even a piece like of something from the announce table or the bell hammer or the ring bell, like you're not going to get DQ'd from that. Like that's the rules in WWE. But this is where Me Chin they redid the count on into this the count out that the referee started count. This is where she started whacking with the kendo stick. The referee didn't do nothing about it because she's not legally participating in this one-on-one action. So the referee let it slide. Like she only hit like one good shot right into that back of the residential Karen. That's where then we got Piper Niven and cannonball Me Chin like after that distraction by Chelsea Green, like with her putting her whole focus onto her. That's where Piper then continued to take advantage of that moment, like going up right up on the top rope in the upper right side. But that's where we got Me Chin managed to trip her right over. That's where she hits her with a right hammer right into the lower back of Piper. That's where she goes up, right up in the middle ropes. That's where she tried to go for a back suplex onto the former women's tag team champ, and she managed to spin her around and hit a back suplex right onto the middle ropes. That's where Me Chin and got herself right back up. She's like, all right, now we're talking. This is where she started rocking her head forward and back. That's where Me Chin and try to capitalize on the matter. This is where we got Me Chin to go for a wrist lock. This is where then she tried to go for boot to the face, which she managed to do so. And I believe that she got a cover, was it? Like a 1, 2, 3, like to get the win. I was like, finally, they're giving Me Chin wins now, even though it's against Chelsea Green's henchwoman rather than being like someone like a Nia Jax or Tiffany Stratton. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like she did got wins over like the likes of Tiffany before. Like so, she's not completely buried on WWE right now, but they're just making her kind of look like an afterthought. But for tonight, they actually given her like opportunities of winning her matches. Like those, so that's a good sign for her. They're not burying her, and also she's in a feud with Chelsea Green. So yeah, she's in the right place. But this is where we got Chelsea Green. Speaking of the residential Karen, like she started brutally assaulting Me Chin, like after she got the pinfall win over her henchwoman, like before she can even celebrate. This is where she shouted at the Piper Niven and did a running. What's that? To do a running. What's that senton? What she did is where Chelsea Green grabbed onto the steel trash can. It looked very similar to what Nia Jax used against Me Chin a couple weeks ago in their street fight match for the women's championship on the Go Home show before Bash in Berlin. That's where that she hits. That's where she put it right underneath. Put the trash can right underneath both her and Me Chin. This is where she hits her unpretty her right on, right through that same trash can, knocking her out in the process and standing up tall. This is where she's like. And this is what happens if you mess with the residential Karen. And that's where we got. Well, she didn't say all that, of course, but I'm just making it my own style into this, yeah, it was just like only nothing but like a 10-minute contest. Yeah, like nothing out of the ordinary. It was really good. Like nothing bad or nothing great, but something good enough to be in the women's mid-card division. And this is why we need a women's United States Championship on SmackDown, because it's getting more entertaining, and it gets even more entertaining with like when we got even Bianca Belair doing some great stuff, even without being in the women's title picture, which some tells me she will be back into that in that phase, like in the next, I'll say in the next couple months from now, like to build things up from her and Jay Cargill's future rivalry, like once they do split. But this is where they start showing everything what happened from SmackDown for the last 20 years, like from Brock Lesnar suplexing Big Show right onto the ring into the exploder suplex, which made the ring explode, with Carmella winning the SmackDown Women's Championship by cashing it in on Charlotte. And then we also had Paul Bearer like giving the Undertaker his urn, like with when he was still alive in 2010. Like after he sent Kane packing, and then we got John Cena making his debut in 2002 with him saying ruthless aggression and hitting the right hand to Kurt Angle, and then Roman Reigns in 2022 with the Universal and the WWE Champ with the Usos being SmackDown Tag Team Champion like around like after WrestleMania, and then 2001 episode of SmackDown with The Rock and Stone Cold in the ring, like toasting beer before The Rock, got stunned by the rattlesnake. And 2005 SmackDown with Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio driving in the what's that called, in the low rider. This is where we got plenty of WWE wrestlers like former and current wrestlers like Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser, Rob Van Dam, Booker T, Sheamus, Damian Priest, Michael P.S. Hayes, like you name it. Like all of them were in attendance there. This is where fans are booing when they show Gunther. This is where Corey Graves, and that's how they're going to treat their champion on Monday Night Raw. And I kind of agree with him on that. Like give him some kind of respect of cheering them just a teeny bit, even though like if you may not like him, like you don't have to go that far. It's not like he did anything wrong on tonight's SmackDown. Like I can understand this past Monday when he said he's a Bill Goldberg fan, to right in front of Bret Hart's face, the guy that he had beef with for the last 20 and a half years. So yeah, that was he kind of went a little too far, like onto that note. But this is where we got But anyway, this is where we got Austin Theory and Grayson Waller heading out to the ring. This is where they wondering who's Kevin Owens' teammate, which or mystery teammate, but acting partner of the night at least. This is where then Kevin Owens was like, okay, I got a partner. This is where Alicia Taylor then trying to say like, okay, now here's Kevin Owens' mystery partner, and it was none other than a jobber that was kind of bald, and he had some pretty cool flaming pinkish red stripes into these teal tights, I believe that's the color it was. When Kevin Owens was like, look, like I couldn't find nobody else, like especially one in particular, like that was originally supposed to be here tonight, but he couldn't make it due to traffic and stuff like that. And he's like, but I found a substitute teammate. He's like, and I gotta admit, like he do, like yeah, he does look like he has something to offer here. Like this where he's like, you know what, like why not, like this is my partner, this is where he's like, that's stats, and he's like what's your name again, sir? And then this is where he whispering this, like, that's Ricky, and then this is where fans are like, Ricky. He's like, yeah, this is my partner, okay? Like don't let the looks fool you. Like he could probably amaze you. And he's like, all right, let's get this tag team match started. And this is where then some a lady that was working in the staff, like she whispered in his ear. He's like, he's here tonight. She's like, yes, he's here. And then this is where Kevin was like, he was like, get all fits, Ricky. And this is where he stuttered him. He's like, you're all off the hook. And he's like, because my real tag partner is here tonight. Like, and he's about to make his way out to the ring as we speak. And it was none other than the Apex Predator, the Viper, the returning Apex Predator and former 14-time world champion Randy Orton. And then he was the mystery partner. Go figure. I was like, who else could team with him tonight? Because Cody Rhodes is too busy with the bloodline right now. So leave him out of it. Like, who could be? It could be Randy Orton. And Kevin Owens knows that. And that's why he depend on him to be his partner tonight, which it was a success. It almost didn't win successful due to travel issues. But he managed to make it right on time, like, for this match. This is where we got the match starting with. That's where it started off with, I believe, was Randy and Grayson, I believe, or was it Austin? I believe it was Kevin Owens and Grayson Waller. This is where Kevin Owens kicks somebody in the gut, start swinging in some punches right into the head like you would normally do to them. And yeah, and I keep saying this like about 100,000 times, but yeah, watching Kevin Owens against A-Town Down Under is pretty fun to watch on SmackDown. Just saying, like as a fan of this, like I just don't get tired of watching. This is where Kevin Owens did he try to go for a cannonball, but this is where Austin Theory was a good friend. Like, well, I'm not sure, like if he's the better friend than Grayson is. This is where he's like, are you okay? Grayson is where he's like, yeah, thank you, Mike. Like, I knew I could count on you. And then with Grayson Waller being so much of a better friend and just moved right out of the way and left his best friend Austin Theory hanging for Randy Orton to close on him, like just leaving him there high and dry, or low and dry, I should say. And then this is where we got Grayson Waller then threw Randy Orton right into the bottom right side of Rita the ring post, but Kevin Owens then hits a clobbering tackle right onto Grayson Waller right into his own teammate. This is where he threw Grayson's face right into out the announce table. He started repeatedly slamming it right onto the Ozzy icon. This is where he started repeatedly doing it like until he throws Grayson Waller right back in the ring. This is where Kevin Owens then I get back in the ring, but Austin Theory tripping right over. I was like, bad idea, Austin. Like, not this time. But Kevin Owens whacked him with a right uppercut, hit him face first right onto the announce table. This is where Grayson Waller then rebounds right back outside, hit a clothesline right onto the prize fighter. This is where he tried to go for a back suplex right on the Kevin Owens, and then it's where and it was very similar to someone's move, which Michael Cole pointed out. That was Randy Orton's maneuver. Well, that was totally insult to injury, like with Grayson Waller winning the insult to injury award tonight for doing such a move that's a mockery to the legendary Viper. With him trying to mock him doing this pose like this. He was like, oh, like that's getting tiring to do. That's where we got Grayson Waller and sent Kevin Owens right to the bottom right side. That's where they try to go for a suplex, but it seems like that the statistics of the chances of suplexing Kevin Owens right onto the upper right side was like I'm not up or any corners in the top rope. Like it must occur like of doing a suplex in general as well. Like which he would try to go for a suplex, but Kevin Owens was fighting back. But this is where Grayson Waller had to punch him until he tried to go for a suplex. But Kevin Owens hit a suplex of his own, try to go back in the offensive side of the position. This is where he tried to go in and he was down for the ground. This is where he tried to crawl for Randy. But this is where Grayson Waller, attacks in Austin Theory. This is where Austin Theory tried to stop him, but Kevin Owens managed to toss him right out of his way. This is where he tried to go for an attack onto him, but this is where he tags in Grayson Waller, which he'd stop him at the last second. And he was like just a few inches away from his tag partner, the Viper. This is where the Grayson Waller started mocking the 14-time world champion by saying are you feeling handless? And then this is where Grayson Waller did not learn from the past, like from fighting Kevin Owens and trying to go for a suplex off the top rope. And you already know the rules. Well, in case you are unaware, if you try to go for a suplex on to someone like Kevin Owens or Willow Nightingale off the top rope, please expect you not to be so successful at it, because like 9 times out of 10, like they always counter out of that maneuver. And then they turn into the Twister Fisherman's Plex, which this time Kevin Owens managed to hit the right hand right to the face, stopping him, hit a headbutt, but this is where Austin Theory tried to come in and try to hit a right hand, try to go for a suplex, which that was a dumb idea from the mayor of A-Town Down. This is where then he hits a headbutt on the hip, but he had to hit him with a bionic elbow strike right into the head, right between the eyes, like how Dusty trained him to do. This is where Kevin Owens like, okay, like that did not work completely. Like I got a big right hand with your name right over it, like just in case, which it came in handy. But this is where he followed that up with a swanton while he was still up in the upper right corner side turnbuckle. This is where he successfully hit the maneuver. Grayson Waller tried to prevent him from tagging in Randy. This is where by hitting Austin Theory hit the right hand on him. With him going, with Grayson Waller going right back into his corner in the upper right side, he gets tagged in by Austin. This is where they try to go for a double suplex, but Kevin Owens kicks out of it. But Grayson Waller tries to attempt to go for a pinfall. This is where Grayson Waller's like, he's like, what? It is where he starts shouting at the fans in response with them hearing they want Randy, chanting like they want Randy. That's what they're chanting repeatedly. It's like, oh, you want Randy, huh? Like, I'll give you Randy. Like you're looking at him right here, the next Randy. And that's where fans like, boo, not quite. Like we're not listening to Plana or that YouTuber that thinks that he can predict like parallel universes in professional wrestling or blah blah blah. And that's where then Kevin Owens they hit a right hand to the face. Under Grayson did the same to Austin when then send him right to the bottom corner, but he gets immediately knee strike by the arrogant Ozzy. This where then he sent him right to the right side. But what Grayson Waller did not realize that was the trap. Is where he tried to go for a baseball slide right in the outside. Is where he tried to close on Kevin, but he ducks out of the way, hits him face first with right into the table. This is where then we got Kevin Owens to try to crawl right back, right up into the upper. Trying to go to the upper left side to his corner. This is where Austin Theory tried to stop him, but that did not work. Which Grayson Waller knew that, so he went right and slide right into the upper corner, try to stop him by hitting him out of nowhere. Once he tried to tag in Randy, but he sent him right to the bottom right side. Randy Orton's like, really? And then this is where then we got Grayson Waller tags in Austin Theory. This is where he started whacking him with left fist. This is where Kevin Owens hit the right hand to the head onto Grayson Waller. This is where then he hit the shot right to the chest, not giving 10 darns about Gunther's envy list. This is where then he hits a right hand right to the face. This is where he's trying to jump, trying to tag in Randy, but this is where Austin Theory was holding up nearly in midair, but this is where he's sending right back into his corner in the bottom right. This is where he gets tagged in by Grayson Waller. This is where then Grayson Waller tries to Irish whip Austin right into Kevin's Kevin in the corner where Kevin was at. Trying to go for a splash, but he boots him right in the face, along with Grayson Waller trying to go for his version of a running tackling maneuver, but he gets booted right into the face by the prize fighter. This is where Kevin Owens like, all right, like now I got the chances. Like, you know what? Like I have a better idea. Like this is where Austin Theory like trying to attack him. This is where he dodged out of the way, which I think this was a smart move from the prize fighter. Went right to the corner. He went to the left. This is where he finally found he rolled right into the upper left side. He looked at the logical side of how the getting into the trying to go to the corner and tagging Randy, which he got a sweet old hot tag, sweet and spicy. This is where he goes for a clothesline like for days until he gets the power slam right onto Grayson Waller. While Austin Theory tried to do the same, try to clothesline him, he ducks. And the power slam on like him coming to the right side. That's where the Randy Orton's like, okay, I got heated on fire right now. That's where Randy Orton started beating both A-Town Down members up all at once by hitting a right hand onto Austin Theory when he tried to throw a right hand of his own. But this is where it was unsuccessful, of course. As Randy Orton hit a right hand and an uppercut, while Randy Orton to show how it's actually done of hitting a back suplex right on the L&D announce table, like and managed to get some justice for his move. Like this is where then Grayson Waller tried to go for a big right knuckle punch, but he gets ducked. He ducks out of the way. Toss him right into the announce table as well as Randy Orton. Like, anybody like that is like, who wants to see more action from the Viper? And this is where fans like, we do. And this is where Jessica Carr's like, don't mean to rush you, but like you like. Remember, like you're still got 10-second limit, like of getting back in the ring, or you're all gonna get counted out. This is where she was at 3, and this is where Randy Orton's like, okay, like you don't have to worry about that. Like I'm going to throw Grayson right back in the ring. This is where he rolled right inside. This is where he was going to get ready to hit the vintage Orton. This is where then Austin Theory tried to stop him from hitting the move on his tag part. But luckily, Kevin Owens was there to help his partner out, kick him in the gut, send him right to the same corner where his teammate is, where Randy Orton put him at, like for his signature move. This is where then Kevin Owens decided to go for a draping vintage spike DDT of his own, like just like his tag partners. Where Randy Orton, all right, like you feel the bombs letting it set off in your head, and like they replace those voices. And this is where Kevin Owens like, yeah, like for the first time, yes, I do feel setting off like bah bah bah. Boom, and DDT them right into the in the squared circle. This is where then they start getting ready to putting their fist right into the mat, like to get ready to hit the three most destructive letters in all of professional wrestling, RKO. Well, Kevin Owens did this version of the stunner onto Austin Theory, while Randy Orton hit an RKO onto Grayson Waller, which was pretty smooth. And then with Austin Theory, like still being the pro of selling, like with him flying up in the air, I was like, if that was me, I would have did a backflip if Kevin Owens did a stunner on me. But yeah, this is where the Randy Orton went for a pin. You got the 1, 2, 3 winner of this match, the prize fighter and the Viper themselves. And we all knew that. And even though this was kind of predictable, it was still enjoyable to watch. Like on the fact that at least most of us are a fan of these two guys, Orton and Owens, and we all know that Grayson Waller and Austin Theory has a future in WWE as well. But yeah. But this was a really good match. Hopefully, like we do see plenty of more of these guys like in more matches, which they did said like they're gonna like both. I believe Owens and Orton said that they're gonna be around for the next decade to come. And let's hope that stays that way, maintains. But that's where anyway, this is where they start cracking up on A-Town Down Under. Look at those slipping fools, and this is where they're like. And then this where the Kevin Owens is like, and you, Ricky, like, thank you so much for voluntarily being the understudy here. And this where Randy Orton's like, yeah, thank you for keeping my spot warm for me, Ricky, until I got here. And I was dying with laughter. I was like, yeah, like kudos to them for not forgetting about Ricky, because Ricky could one day be a world champion, whether if it's in this company or in the other company. You never know, like, because we never got a chance to see them competing, only just taking a stunner from Kevin Owens to get him out of the way. But this is where we got what's her name? Kathy Kelly was asking, like, is there finally some updates onto Solo Sikoa's challenge to Roman Reigns? This is where then Nick was like, yeah, like I happen to have, like I got the contracts with challenge that Solo Sikoa made for his cousin, the OTC. Well, he didn't say OTC, of course, but you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, he said but it's not only going to be Solo Sikoa that's going to be in this match, that's in this contract, but it's also his other cousin, Jacob Fatu, is going to be it. So it's which is going to be a tag team match, which it's going to be Solo and Cody versus Solo and Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. And then this is where then he add that to make this fully official, like they just need to write their names quickly to get their signatures on the dotted line. Solo and Jacob, they just signed it immediately without reading the contract. So all I need is Roman and Cody's signature, and we're gonna make this official at Bad Blood. And do you want to see a tag team match with Roman and Cody being on the same team against the new bloodline? Let me know in the comment section right down below. And do you think this is gonna be the show stealer of that night on October 5th? I believe that's like the first Saturday of October, if I'm not mistaken. But they're going to be the only thing I know about that is going to be on the 5th of October, of course. And it's going to be also in Cody Rhodes' hometown of Atlanta. But we're going to get up next. We're going to go to see Nia Jax heading out into the ring, like with her holding on to her WWE Women's Championship by bragging that she surpassed everybody that tried to challenge for this Women's Championship ever since becoming the Women's Championship. Like she defeated dethroned Bayley and she beat Ni Chin at the street fight match. But we're gonna get into what she said in detail, and that was. But yeah, this is where she started having a little fun though, but making with the fan. She was like, "Yeah, that was easy, ladies and gentlemen. Like, you know what? Like, I did became your WWE Women's Champion, did I?" And this is where fans are, "Yeah, and you absolutely rock, Nia." Half the fans, and this is where she was like, "And yeah, that was even more easier than." That was even more easier winning the queen, the more than I did the Queen of the Ring. She was like, and every woman in that locker room fears me. And you know what? And then the fans like, what? If Stone Cold Steve Austin or Kurt Angle was in the room, but luckily neither. One of them wasn't there, but I think the other one was there. Would have been absolutely proud of the fans, like still remembering from the Attitude Era. But But yeah, I was like, luckily the Kurt Angle was not there, or else his night would have been ruined. But this is where then we got and this is where the Nia Jax like, yeah, the locker room had the good to fear me. Like, I mean, why they wouldn't? Like, well, like today, Nick Aldis like will be defending my title, like at Bad Blood, of course. Like, yeah, go figure. And then so I don't know who my opponent is, and this is where fans wouldn't stop chanting what because like they because she is the obnoxious heel that fans that cannot stand. Well, at least in kayfabe, of course. This is where she was who could possibly be my opponent? Like, well, I don't really care who my because I don't really don't care because like they will like see the same thing that me, Chin, Naomi, and also Bailey have seen me do to them. Like if they're being the first three experience, like I am going to I'm gonna annihilate them, and then most of the fans start booing like boo. We don't care what you say because you're gonna lose that title to any of these women onto the division. Like maybe you're even your own best friend, and that's where then we got someone's music was playing, which was none other than George's girlfriend. No, it was Bailey, but she could be a girlfriend to a guy that's named George. You never know. But anyway, this is where then we got. This is where then we got Bailey's like. It was like I gotta admit, like I gotta give credit when credit is due, like for you, Nia. Like I like it is where she's like, and I'm very happy that I'm feeling very. You're feeling very confident, like and because I want that my rematch right here, right now. And that's why the Nia Jax like, did you hear what I said? Nick, even if I wanted to do a match, Nick Aldis wouldn't allow it because he already got things scheduled for WWE Bad Blood or blah blah blah. And that's where then. And this where the Nia Jax like you're like Bailey, you're in no, you're zero position of being like you're like yeah, like you're in no position of demanding something from me. And you're like yeah, you're not like what you were last year when you run around here on SmackDown behind Damage Control. And that's where fans like whoa. And that's where Nia Jax like now I won the women's division, and he's like, and I don't need a posse to do it. Like not Tiffy and not that and not that annoying pretty duo of Pretty Deadly or whatever she would call them, and then this ugly pretty duo. Where that even came from, but yeah. Ugly but pretty, I should say. But like, and this is where the Baby was like, "Oh, is that so? Like, why? Like, if that's not the case, like, then what are you using Tiffy for then? Like, if you have her on the side, what's she all about? Because if I remember correctly, the last time I checked, I didn't need Damage Control to win my WWE winning time, and I was like, yeah, like, I had to hand it to the role model because she didn't need Damage Control. Actually, like, she left Damage Control to become the WWE Women's Champion because she won the Royal Rumble, and it looked like she was about to choose Rhea Ripley, but instead she made the right decision of choosing Io Sky, which she was the WWE Women's Champion at the time. But yeah, this is where that she pointed that out. And she was like, but like if you somehow need a Tiffany to win your title at SummerSlam, like so do you like I want to wonder like with her doing this reverse psychology to Nia Jax, which she's still not falling for, but maybe she should listen to Bailey in these subliminal messages though. Like with her saying when they're saying do you owe her one or she owe you one? Like I don't understand what's the situation is. What are you guys are exactly at right now? But it's where Tiffany Stratton must have been in gorilla position like immediately, and she must have saw this on the monitor, and she must have been very ticked off of hearing what exactly Bailey's saying. So she just hurried and ran her self right into the out there. This is where she was like. And this is where she was like, well, why you're telling all this to my friend Nia? Like, she knows not to listen to you while holding on to a briefcase like a Barbie purse. Like, she was like, and besides, like, you're just like every other woman in that locker room that just completely chose that I had the money in the bank briefcase and not to have to beg for an opportunity like a peasant. And that's where the fans like, oh, I'm like, and this is where then Bailey's like, oh, I'm a peasant. Like, I did not know I'm a peasant. And this is where she sarcastically started calling herself a peasant. But I said, like, well, this peasant, like Like, yeah, you mean right? Like, we beat the youngest Miss Money in the Bank ever last week. Like, don't you remember that match? Or on our finale on SmackDown on Fox? Like, or but maybe I shouldn't ask you guys. I mean, you gals that. Like, maybe I should ask these guys in like what city they were in? I believe Seattle, Washington, which I failed to present you guys that they were live in Seattle, Washington. But yeah, this was just like, yeah, am I right? And this where fans like, yeah, like we've seen it for ourselves. And this where and that's where the Tiffany Stratton must have said something wrong here, and she pushed the wrong button of her selective words. This word that she was like, and that, like the reason why you beat me only because Nia got involved, and the fans like, woo, like what we're gonna see here was them teasing a split when Bailey even said woo. Then she was like, like now you're blaming your best friend Nia. Like it was Nia's fault that you didn't win last week. Like that's what you're saying. It's where Nia Jack's like, yeah, like are you saying that I wasn't the one? Tiffany Stratton was like, no, like I didn't mean it that way. Like I just it was just miscommunication. This where the Nia Jack's like, you know what? You're right and you're good and you're smart. Like and she's like, you almost had me right there. I got like just like like you, just like your prayer, like you almost faced me again, like, and she was like you almost, and then like almost like if you even still have a career right now, like after we beat you down into, like in a broken everything, when you having broken remainings, like shattering and twisted out, like and like every different corner. But it's where then we got Naomi came out there because they don't. She did not like the way her like they're speaking to her friend right now, an ally, I guess you could say. Like, gee, I wonder who exactly is the reason why they're friends. But that's a different video for a different day. But this is where we got Naomi. Then it was like it was like so Nia and Tiffany, like if you want to fight my girl Bailey, you're gonna have to fight me too because I'm ready for a fight. As you can see me in my gear, that's where then Tiffany Stratton, not Tiffany Stratton, Naomi like was continuing on her promo saying like. And this is where she was like, you know, I was not gonna allow y'all to sit back here and do nothing and let you attack my bag. Like, no, that's not gonna be happening today. And this is where Bae was like, see, like I got back up on my own, Nia. Like, you're not the only one that have friends around here. And then it's where then Naomi then continue on the promo and say like, all right, but one thing I would think about, like now I think about it, it's been a little while. Like I have won a title here in WWE. I was like, yeah, no sugar honey iced tea, because the last time, as of date, like the last time you were the women's championship was back in 2017 when you were the SmackDown Women's Championship, when you beat Alexa Bliss for that title back in WrestleMania 33, I believe. Yeah, in 2017, until she dropped it to Natalya at SummerSlam of that year. And I remember watching that match in particular, but yeah, that was the last time she was singles champion until she won the women's tag team champion with who? I don't know. I'm not sure if I should mention them by name. They're a women's champion elsewhere, like perhaps for the Jacksonville Jaguars, like or whatever football team that owns a wrestling company. But anyways, this is where we got Naomi was like so, like I'm thinking, like I think it's about damn time that I do that again. And it's her fans like, yeah, it's way past overdue. That's since the last time we have seen her as women's champion. Like, and only last championship that she held as of date was outside of WWE before she made a return to the company, when she was on TNA as the TNA Women's Knockouts champion until the current champion beat her. That's been making a whole lot of with that crossover appearances on NXT, with that's Jordan Grace. But here's where we got Naomi to continue by challenging both Tiffy and Nia into a tag team match by saying like, why don't y'all put y'all's money where y'all's mouth is? Like, and big old and put your money to put your money where your big old let me rephrase. It's just like, no, like where y'all's big old mouth is. Like, and I was like, yeah, like I wonder where that's been. But this is where then Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax like you saying that we have. She's like, this is where they're like big mouth. Like, you saying that we have a big mouth to say at the same time. This is where that. I'm like, yeah, like I meant every single minute. And this one, Jack's like, so let me get this straight. Like, you want my title, Nay, and then you want my title too, don't you, Bae? And he's like, I have a solution right here. Like, maybe we should have a tag team match. Like, again, in this match, we'll see like who really deserves to fight me one-on-one at Bad Blood. And then that's what like, and this is where Bailey was like, wait, why are why you say one-on-one? Like, I thought, don't you mean a triple threat? Because considering both me and my friend Naomi won a shot at the WWE Women's Championship. This was not just like, no, Bailey. Like, let's make this a little more interesting. Why don't you two team up against Tiffy in next week? Whoever gets the pinfall win, on y'all side between by either me or Tiffy here, y'all get a shot at Bad Blood against me for the WWE Women's title. It's where Naomi and Bailey start doing a little whisper, kind of huddle right onto each other, what we're gonna do now, and what we should do under this matter. This is an offer that we cannot refuse. While the other said, why don't we just accept it? And this word, they're like, okay, do you want to say it, or I should? Maybe we should say it together. This is where they're like, okay. This is where they look back at Nia Jax. They was like, we accept, with them hold on to their respective microphones and say it at the exact same time. This is where, and you got Nia Jax with okay, then it's settled. But oh wait, there's another thing. If no, let me correct myself. I know when Tiffy and I do win this match, whoever loses by pinfall, and takes the pin, will be leaving SmackDown permanently. And I was like, oh boy, let's hope none of that happens. Which I figured that means that one of these women are going to be facing Nia Jax at Bad Blood. And I was thinking gee, I wonder who. I would assume that'd be Bailey, but who knows? It could be Naomi. We're just gonna have to wait until the next 7 days. But this is where then we got this is where Nia Jax all right, come here, Tiffy. And this is where Tiffy's like, okay, come in. And this is where Bailey then hilariously made fun of Tiffany's trying to yeah, go back to your locker room with your mommy, Tiff. And then this is where Tiffany's trying she did not just went there. And this is where this is okay, I'll show you I'll show you who my mommy is. And this is where she tried to whack her with the briefcase, but luckily Naomi was there to hit her with the rear view right into the face and sent her right and made her go running, packing right with her mom in the left corner side, leaving right on the stage. That's where then Naomi started doing a little funny dance, which I'm not trying to get into because I'm not Jimmy Uso, but it's where then we got that is where we're very happy. And this is when Bailey was telling Naomi, it was did you hear that? One of us get a shot at the women's championship. She was yeah, I like the sound of that. I hope one of us get a shot of this. And I was uh-oh, let's hope that none of these girls don't turn into each other as soon as they do get this opportunity for the number one. But who do you think that might win this tag team eliminator match? Do you think that Naomi's gonna take the pin? I mean, gonna pin either Nia or Tiffany, or do you think Bailey's gonna do so? Let me know in the comments down below. Now I'm thinking about it. Maybe we could see Naomi could do win, and then this is where we could see some kind of a teaser of a rivalry with Bailey and Naomi, which I hope that does not happen because firstly, Bailey just recently just turned babyface as soon as she got the opportunity of winning the WWE Women's Championship. I mean, even though she's not going back in the title picture as champion anytime soon, so it probably wouldn't hurt her to go back to her heel ways. But maybe we could have Naomi could turn heel at this point, with her not getting this successful championship win. But we're just gonna have to wait and see about that in the next few weeks to come. But this is where we got Nick Aldis was running right down into the we're going towards the ring. This is where we got Kathy Kelly then trying to interview him for the third time tonight. And I believe this is the only time we got a backstage interview. Well, maybe not entirely, because towards the end when Nick Aldis was heading his way to the ring, we got another backstage interview. But this time it was with the current WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. But we're going to get into that later. But this is where then Nick Aldis, this is where then she asked some questions to Nick Aldis. They you just talked to the original tribal chief. Then you was like, yep, absolutely. And this is where she was like, can you give us an update on what he just said? And this is where Nick Aldis He's like, yeah, absolutely, Kathy. Like, as a matter of fact, like I'll tell you, you and while I'm telling the rest of the guys out there, like what exactly Roman just said about this contract official situation, and then that's where then and that's where the and that's where it's like that because like Roman Reigns wants to address it in the ring like right after this match, and then it was Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade, which it was a really good standout match, which I believe it tied the second place spot with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens versus A-Town Down Under. If not getting the second place spot, while Orton and Owens get the third place spot against A-Town Down Under. Maybe I could do it that way because even though like it's not boring, but it's just same old stuff. Like and like it like and it's just kind of same old. And I'll say I hope I don't sound like a hypocrite with Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. Like, but it was just like a main event worthy match, which it kind of was a main event spot on the card, but at the same time, like not fully a main event match, but it did. It did like almost stole the show, but Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa was the match that was yeah, definitely the main attraction of the fans was entertained about tonight's SmackDown, which they did a very excellent job. But this is where they start continuing with the memories of WWE SmackDown from the last 25 years, even with Arnold Schwarzenegger helping out fight off Team McMahon along with Triple H, and celebrating him by lifting up the cold ones up in the air, the Steve Weiser, I believe that's what it's called. This is where we got Carmelo Hayes was heading out to the ring because he has a match against Andrade, part 5 of their feud. And maybe like they made a huge mistake, like who was the winner tonight. Just saying, like, because it seemed like that it could have been one of these guys that could have benefited from this win of being in the lead, but they think that it'll be for the best that they maybe it'll be the best if they lead in this series until we get to the seventh match, like with where anybody could get the fourth win of this rivalry. Let's hope that let's hope they make the right decision. Maybe they're going to be doing that. So and then maybe that's why this wrestler won and lead the series like 3-2. But let's hope that'll be the case. Like with them, just making it extra confusing and less predictable. I guess that's why I'll hand it to. I'll hand WWE for doing this. Like it was not like predictable, like in a very boring way. Like it was very like unexpected, like that's something like confusing, but something confusing and very interesting, if that makes sense, of course. But that's where we got Carmelo Hayes then attacks Andrade as soon as he got in the ring. That's where the referee's like yo, stop it. Like the bell haven't rung yet. This is where we got Carmelo Hayes. Then a swift kick starts stomping right onto the midset and the side of the El Idolo. This is where then he continues to start whacking some lefts and rights right onto the former NXT and United States champion. That's where then he stomps him once again for like I'll say like about the 13th time of this match. This is where then we got Carmelo Hayes and Irish whipping from the right to the left side. He tried to go for the springboard cross clothesline, but for some reason like the ropes failed on him, and this is where he start with that slipping and falling right on the outside. This was a very noticeable botch that everybody's probably going to be noticing tomorrow on the IWC. But this is where Carmelo Hayes tried to save him, like how Chris Jericho did when Jeff Hardy nearly slipped from the Whisper in the Wind, like when he was in the match against him, like about 15 years ago. This is where we got Andrade that went up right over the top rope or middle ropes, right into the left side, hit the moonsault like if he was his wife, the Queen of Flares. This is where then Andrade throws Carmelo Hayes right back in the ring. This is where Carmelo then rolled out of there in the right side. But this is where we got Andrade falls right after. But he gets kicked right into the midsection. Carmelo Hayes then Irish whip him right to the announce table. But he was like, nah, I got a better idea. I'm going to hit him with the stinging chop. Like, you're not giving no care about what Gunther says. With Kevin Owens being at number 5, while Carmelo Hayes at number 6, I guess you could say. This is where we got Carmelo Hayes, then try to Irish whip Andrade right into the top corner right side. This is where he tried to get a guaranteed crossbody, but he forgot that he didn't exactly attempt to do the maneuver and just got mistakenly botched, though it wasn't a guaranteed. And this is where Andrade moved out of the way. He hits a like, what's that? Like a forearm strike, I believe. That's where then Andrade redid the count at the count of 5. That's where then we got Andrade then striking the former NXT champion right into the coming from the left side. This is where we got him trying to go for a double dipping moonsault, but this is where Carmelo Hayes stopped him. He tried to go for a rushing leg sweep, but Andrade counter out of him. It hits this very impressive reverse Spanish fly I've ever seen in WWE or any pro wrestling match in that matter. Not even guys in the other company that's owned by Jacksonville could even do nothing like this. Not even that Commander with a K guy, or even Gravity, of course. But this is where we got both men managed to get back in the ring. That's where we got Carmelo Hayes was in the offensive side. Got him in an arm bar right onto the leader of El Idolo. But this is where Andrade managed to jaw break Carmelo Hayes. This is where then we got him trying to throw it to the right side, but this is where Carmelo Hayes managed to get a guarantee with the springboard cross clothesline this time in the ring. He did go for a flying head scissors in the face, but Andrade countered, hit him with a double underhook twisting neck breaker. But Carmelo Hayes flipped right out of that, trying to push him right to the bottom corner rope. Trying to go for a pinfall. This is where we got Andrade flipped him right over into like a wheelbarrow roll up of his own. He almost had him right there, but only kicked out at 2.6. Carmelo Hayes tried to go for a pumping boot right to the face. And this is where we got Andrade then to try to go for a schoolboy roll up and try to follow that up with a single claw power bomb. But Carmelo Hayes can intercept and elbow strike him right to the left side. This is where he tried to go for a boot, but this is where Carmelo Hayes dodged that way. But at first he didn't realize that it was a trap, in a decoy to lure him, to get elbowed. But Carmelo Hayes knew at the last second that he was planning on hitting that maneuver. He was not born yesterday. Carmelo Hayes then hit a verse 48 of the onto the face breaker, but this is where Andrade bounced right back in the bottom corner rope. This is where he tried to go for a boot right into the face, but Carmelo Hayes dodges that. But the only thing that he didn't dodge was the elbow strike, which I was like, man, you didn't see that coming. Even though that move is guaranteed because he tried to go for it the first time, but he ends up, excuse me, and he managed to dodge it the second time or something. Not the second time, the first time, but not the second time, which that kind of made me sick. But that's where he tried to put his arm up for the pin, but Carmelo Hayes got the shoulders up at 2.999999999 double triple nine, minus 0.1 away from being 3. That's where we got let's see, we got let's see. That's where we got. Let's see. That's where we got Andrade. Then picks up Carmelo Hayes, drags him right to the corner into the bottom left side. This is where Andrade go up right up on the top rope. This is where then we got Andrade then go. This is where he tried to go for a moonsault, but this is where Carmelo Hayes dodged out of the way. This is where Andrade tried to go for a moonsault, but this is where Carmelo Hayes got the knees up. He hits him right in the gut, and this is where Carmelo Hayes, I finally got him right where I wanted him. This is where it seems so. With him trying to go for the flying head scissor maneuver, which he successfully hits the face buster right into the ground. This is where Carmelo Hayes to try to go for a cover, but this is where he goes for 1, he goes for a 2. But this is where Andrade got the shoulder up at the last second of 2.8. This is where that's where we got Carmelo Hayes and go up right up on the top rope. This is where he was about to hit the nothing but net, but this is where Andrade then trying to go for double underhook suplex, but this is where we got Carmelo Hayes trying to counter it and try to go for one of his maneuvers, but he gets hit with a destroyer. I guess you could call it the Latin destroyer, if that makes sense, considering he's Latino. But anyway, this is where he hits the double knees to the face. This is where I believe he turned him into himself, Andrade. That's where he tried to go for. I believe that under with that double underhook butterfly neck breaker maneuver. I did he like after hitting the double knees to the face onto Carmelo. Yeah, he hits the double knee. No, he tried to go for a pin afterwards, but as soon as he goes for a pin, 2.7, this is where we got Carmelo Hayes got the left hand grab onto the bottom rope in the left side. This is where referee's like, oh, I can't count anymore. That's a rope break. And Andrade's like, oh, come on. Like, what does it take? And then this is where then we got, let's see, and it was Andrade tried to go up right up on the top rope, try to go for a moonsault, but this is where we got Carmelo Hayes then like try to go for a split-legged moonsault, but this is where Melo then smartly move out of the way. This is where Andrade tried to go right up on the top rope for nothing but net, but Andrade tried to stop him, but this is where Carmelo Hayes left and right out on top, like sliding right underneath him. This is where he hits an instigiri kick right onto Andrade. This is where he tried to go for a Hurricane Rana, which fans start doing a little light chant of "This is awesome," which was totally awesome. Maybe not like the golden award, but I think this is getting the silver award. And I'm sorry for the tag team match, that's getting the bronze award. Even though the match was really good, like I have to be quite honest on this fully, but this is where we got Andrade then going for the butterfly spinning neck breaker, which was a guaranteed. That's where you do get the 1, 2, 3. Like when he did the move right off the middle ropes and the winner of this match, which I'll give a big win to Andrade, even though I think it could have been beneficial to give the win to Carmelo Hayes, like to try to get some advantages, which I think he's gonna make a comeback here, but at the same time, like it would have been helpful, like if he got the win right here and lead the series. But I guess none of that matters now because it happened the way it happened. At least not the fourth win of this series. But let me know in the comment section right down below. Nothing against Andrade. Like I want to see both of them thrive like on their runs in WWE respectively. But Carmelo Hayes needs just a tad more than Andrade. And even though like there's nothing for them to do much, rather than just maybe other than going after LA Knight's United States Championship, like yeah, like it's the best way to give them some TV time, like doing the 7 best series. But at this part 5 match, like it seems like whoever wins this is going to earn himself a shot at the United States Championship. But and speaking of that belt, this is where we got the mega star himself, LA Knight. Yeah. Like came out. This is where he got the United States Championship in the right side of his shoulder. This is where Andrade's like, gee, I wonder what this goof clown came out here for. This is where LA Knight's like, who you calling a goof clown? This is where then he started chanting to the Seattle fans. He was like, let me talk to you. When Andrade grinning is like, this guy just never go away, do he? And this is where then LA Knight was like, yeah, but the fans are chanting him. And this way, he's like, yeah, like congratulations, Andrade. You're feeling all the excitement and the tingles and jingles, like down there in all the way down in your loins, like if he was his own version of what's his name, Simon Miller's like, but like don't get overhyped now because the only thing you did like is it the hidden grinning sweepstakes, whatever that means. He's like, but the hidden prize in that sweepstakes is something very important and valuable. Is the opportunity that you're going to get the first class ticket of getting dropped on your head and catching the hard way from the man they call a mega star. Yeah, and this is where fans start saying, yeah, like repeat right after. This is where Ellen has but and while you're just laying there, like where the hell you are, like it ain't gonna be too hard to figure out, like where exactly whose game this is, like who's still the U.S. champion that's holding on to the belt. But everybody's saying this word. Then he did the chant of the point, like when the fans start saying LA Knight, and then and while him saying it was just you're gonna be seeing a new champion here, like or title change or whatever refer himself is him dethroning LA Knight, like what I'm saying, like in the next 7 days, like you're gonna catch your reign as champion. That's why LA Knight's like, oh yeah, like you think you're gonna like you really want this title? Like, you can try and take it from me, but I must warn you of give you a warning, like you're not going to be taking this belt from me or anybody else, like anytime soon. Like you're going to be see me holding on to that title for a long time, which I believe he will. I think he's going to hold on to that title a little more longer, by over a year, and be the longest reigning WWE United States champion in WWE history, even surpassing Dean Ambrose and MVP's record. But but that's where we got. But that's where they showed Rey Mysterio doing this little this charity event for with this very popular UFC fighter, like at this little community center for the kids that are in need, I believe. Yeah. And this was at Sacramento, which Michael Cole pointed out, like him doing some charity work, and I mean that in a compliment way. And I want to give kudos to Rey Mysterio for thinking about the fandom and in this profession in professional wrestling. But it's where we got Bianca Belair and Jay Cargill finally was interviewed, but this time was with Byron Saxton rather than Kathy Kelly. This is where it's like yeah, I'm standing by here by the women's tag team champions. Of course, Bianca Belair and Jacob. Like, what a week for you! Like Monday, you successfully defend those tag team titles. Now you're here tonight on the USA Net premiere and the return of SmackDown. And that's where the Bianca Belair was like, yeah, we were absolutely excited here tonight, and we were absolutely more excited like now that we finally got our tag titles on our shoulders. And like I know we lost it for a few months, but it's all good now. And that's where the Jay Cargill was like, yeah, we're not going to be letting nothing go. Like I said, like whoever want to come get it, like we got it right here. Like we're going to give out that work and just come apply. And then Bianca's like, yeah, like like anytime they put anywhere, like Raw, SmackDown, like we're gonna get we're no matter who you are, like we gonna be continuing to successfully defend those titles while Jay Cargill then added maybe but we're gonna go out there go out there in the ring and still remain your WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. This is where she stared right into the screen, right into the face. This is where then Bianca Belair started teasing onto somebody that was off camera until they pointed them out. It was the other than WWE's Women's Champion Nia Jax. With Bianca Belair was like, "Who want this? We got plenty more fight left in our tanks." And then this is where Nia Jax like, "Well, we're not here to fight. Like we're just actually here to congratulate you guys." And that's where Bianca Belair was like, "Well, do you want something to say?" And then it's where And this is where then Nia Jax then teased what exactly she did to Naomi. This is where she was like, you know what happened to Naomi? This is where Bianca Belair was like, no, along with Jay Cargill agreeing yeah, we don't know. And this is where they both asked what happened to Naomi? This is where Nia Jax well, nothing happened to her yet. But if she sticks her fat nose in my business again, somebody is something very wrong going to happen. And we know that you are more close to Naomi than Bailey has ever been. So we're talking about give you that warning, to put her in line, or we're gonna do it for you, or something like that. That's where Nia Jax is like, Tiffany Stratton was like, toodles, and then this is where the Nia Jax is like, oh, one more thing, I forgot to say, also I wanted to say, yeah, congratulations properly, for to successfully retaining those women's tag team championships. They look really good on y'all outfits. And he's like, but don't forget, I've beaten both of you to be included in the Queen of the Ring and declared to become the Queen of the Ring. I was like, yeah, it may be true. You did beat one of them in the first round and then the other one in the semifinals. But you never know, they could possibly get some revenge from that, by beating you. Whether if they're retaining their women's tag team championship or even dethroning you for the women's tag team championship. Even though I don't think they're going to be defeating her for the championship that she possesses on her arms, but we can see them successfully doing so with defending their tag titles. That's where Jade and Bianca's like, yeah, we're listening. And you have anything better to say? But that's where the Jack's like, so why y'all the women's tag team champ? And she was like, SmackDown is my chingo. So. And that's where then Tiffany Stratton's like, toodles, for good this time. this is where then Bianca and Jay Cargill look at each other and they said bet at the same time, saying like, yeah, that's gonna be like, yeah, that's gonna be a match that's already been scheduled down the lines, even though it haven't officially been set. But in our minds, we already like setting our schedule, like on when we're gonna fight them. Like I'm not sure when exactly that day may be, but we will fight them one day. Like in an orchestrated opera, of the song, like sing like like that, yeah. But yeah, that's where the Nick Aldis was like, but yeah, before I get into more Roman Reigns, and Nick Aldis trying to say like, yeah, like that, like I don't have more to say. It's just the sign is kind of just where Roman Reigns is well, before you speak, like I would like to have the have some that's in your hands is where he thought it was the contract he was referring to. So he passed that to him. He's like, really? Like you think I want this contract? Like I don't want the damn contract. I want the microphone to hear what the fans want me to say. Like it is where he stares like, real like you must be kidding. He's like now hand over what I really want. This is where then he's like, okay, like I know what you mean now. This is where fans are chanting OTC like about I'll say 50 times in a row until Roman Reigns got on the microphone. And this where it's like I don't want to confuse nobody. Like and some things have changed around here. Like if you haven't already know, but the only thing that haven't changed, like yep, you guessed it, like me. Like I'm still who I am. Like I am your OTC. And I don't need this guy right on my back left, and I don't need no damn stupid contract. And then he's like, this family business, this family business, like this is a bloodline business that I'm get myself into. Like I don't need no partner. Like I definitely didn't need no help of Cody Rhodes to be the exact. Like and like but like and like let's get this one thing straight. Like whether if I have my family's Olafala or not, like I am the tribal chief, and then Solo will acknowledge me. And then this is where I was like, like you, yeah, like I like yeah, yeah. If I was Sol Sokoa, like I would not be. I would be trying to find ways to not to try to avoid to get out into the ring right now with the cousin that he made mad by cosplaying as him as the tribal chief. But this is where Roman Reigns said SmackDown's still his show, and I believe Cody Rhodes did not like the sound of that, like considering that he's he's the show's top prize champion, which that's the same belt that he defeated the OTC at WrestleMania 40 to become the WWE champion in the first place. And that was Cody Rhodes. He came out. This is where he's yeah, like he's like he went right up in the ring, like with his entrance, like he normally would do, like if he had a match. It was like I gotta give you respect, like and I agree with one thing what you just said on that promo, when the fans are chanting OTC while the other half chanting for Cody, and that's where then he's like, but like when it comes to being but when it comes to being the king of WWE, like that's no longer in your that's no longer your position. Like that's mine now. Like as you can see, what's around my arms is where you look at the fan. That's where fans were chanting for Cody. This is where Cody was like, okay, well, like, and yeah, and you did you did everything in WWE. You had. This was your ring, this was your company, and this was your championship. Like, yeah, that's the thing. Well, it was was with a capital W, capital A, capital S, and this is where Roman Reigns like you didn't really have to pull out the W word like that, and this is where then Cody Rhodes was like, he's like, but let's get all serious now, like, but with him like speaking in a very stern, serious voice, like it hasn't been like since WrestleMania, and that's where the Roman's like, okay, like you're really bragging on me about like you defeated me and being the first guy in years to defeat me, and this where And it's of defeating me. Let me rephrase that. This is where he dropped the microphone. This is where he's like, okay, now let's get to business. And this is where then before they can get do anything. Like this is where we got Sol Sikoa with us heading out to the ring with after Roman Reigns dropped his microphone, like about 10 seconds after Cody did. But right before they got in the ring, like or even was halfway there, like on the ramp, this is where we saw an ambush from behind the both Roman and Cody, which was none other than the Tongans and Guerrillas of Destiny of Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. This is where it was this is where Cody Rhodes did hit the Cody Cutter onto what's his name, onto Tonga Loa, like went in the interception of his move. This is where Roman Reigns had a Uranagi slam on the Tama Tonga. This is where the Cody Rhodes grabbed onto back his WWE. This is where Sol Sikoa's like, well, it's gonna be you gonna be the both of you now since y'all worked together and took out my boys, the Girls of Destiny. This is where Roman Reigns was like, don't tell me what to do. Like, again, the last time I checked, you were just a measly, worthless enforcer of mine, of my version of the bloodline. And this is where I was like, yeah, she's telling the truth on that one. And this is where then Roman Reigns was like, he was like, and this is where then he happened to see the contract that was right behind Cody Rhodes. When Cody Rhodes moved out of the way, he's like, okay, like, I'm not going to stop you, whatever you're doing. This is where he allowed him to do whatever he was doing. He looked at the contract, signed his name to agree to do this tag team, even though he still have unfinished business with Cody Rhodes, dude, on the fact that he was the one to dethrone him in this long-awaited 1,316 days as WWE Undisputed Universal Champion. But yeah, he's like, for one night only, he's gonna join the current champion, that being the American Nightmare, to take care of the guy that's trying to replace him. That's where they look at. That's where Sol Sikoa starts sounding like a incompetent fourth grader by saying like, "What are you doing?" Like he's the one that beat you. Like you should be helping him. And that's where Roman Reigns is like, yeah, maybe not, but like I'm doing this just to just to prove a point to you. And that's where he signed the name on the dotted line with Jacob Fatu start praying to his tribal chief, which he's the one that everybody knows that's cosplaying right here. He's like tribal chief, like please don't react, like don't like please, like we need to win. We need to stay calm, and we need to win this match. Now in the future of Bad Blood. And this is where Sol goes. Like if we do, like if I can finally can talk some sense into Roman. And I was like, look at him talking. Like Roman really needs it's like how ironic. Like Roman needs the one that needs to be talked sense into, like if not already. But this is where then we got Cody Rhodes. Then it's like okay, like how about this where it's like, may I have the contract for a second? This is where Roman Reigns was like it's not gonna be easy, but like if it's gonna finally end this charade with Sol Sikoa that's playing right now, like I'll do it. This is where he passed the contract right on the Cody Rhodes. This is where then he signed the contract. This is where they made it official, and then it will be Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns being on the same team against Jacob Fatu and Sol Sikoa in a tag team match at Bad Blood. And that's where Sol Sikoa's like, he don't like you. He's not even family. He's the one that beat you. And I'm like everybody gets beaten by somebody, like so that should be an excuse to not team with him, like only because that he's not really like friends or an associate, like or anything like that, like but at this point it's starting to be like an associate right here, like at this point, like but yeah, that's how Friday Night SmackDown ended in this very interesting way. And I was hoping that we do not see them winning the tag team championships, though, like how the Great One predicted in a hesitant way, like with him saying like not because he wanted to predict this, but it seems like they're heading into that path, which they're looking like. Let's hope that both Cody and Roman agrees not to be on be in the same team in that way, like of beating Jacob Fatu and what's his name? Sol Sikoa I mean Jacob Fatu, and I mean not on the way of facing Jacob and Solo at Bad Blood, but that's the latest match that's been confirmed tonight, and then next week we'll be seeing who's going to be fighting Nia for the WWE Women's Championship if they can win. But if one of them loses, they leave SmackDown permanently, which we all know is going to be kind of predictable, but in a way that like it's going to be regardless that Bayley and Naomi going to be the favorites of winning. But the hard part is who's going to be pinfalling who, like in that side. Which I believe some tell me to be Naomi over Tiffany Stratton. And then this is where we see Bayley being shocked at, like, along with Naomi being more shocked. Like, she cannot believe that she actually earned herself a shot at a women's championship in over 7 years of the last time she haven't been champion. I was like, wow, she's joining the long-term not being championship club with Kevin Owens. Like, because both of these guys like never been the singles champion since 2017. I'm about to say 2027. I meant to say 2017. That's like 7 years ago. Yeah, almost a decade even. This is the last time they've been singles champ. That's crazy. But this is where we got SmackDown ending like with them looking at each other like we may be bitter rivals, but like we have a common enemy here, and we need to take care of him as soon as possible. Then we can worry about each other fighting for this title. And yeah, it's kind of like a Steve Austin versus The Rock kind of situation with them being bitter rivals, but sometimes they could be like allies, like, or should I say frenemies or whatever. Well, I'm not sure if I should put it that way. Like when there's guys that they have a common enemy with, they work together, like the NWO for an example, like in the early 2000s. And that's what we're seeing right here. So yeah, it's not all bad. Like as long as they stay away from the tag team championships, we don't have nothing to worry about. But yeah, that was a really good SmackDown. Like not the greatest they have booked, but it was really good. Like yeah, like look, the only thing that matters is that it wasn't a bad show. Like it was really good. Like it was very I'll say, what's that? Intriguing. I'll say, if that's the right word to put it. Like very magnificent. They're building things up for Bad Blood, like for the women's division, the mid card, and the main event. Like could possibly main event the show, which is the tag team match with Cody and Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa in Cody's hometown of Atlanta. But we're probably going to see that in the next how many weeks from now? Like 3 weeks, perhaps. Like maybe even shorter than that. But I could be mistaken. It probably will be 3 weeks from tomorrow. But let me know down in the comment section right down below what you think what's going to be happening in the next 21 days on the road to the premium live event. And also, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I will give tonight's SmackDown 4 out of 5 stars. Like normally I'll give it 4.5, but it was a little bit off than usual. And like it could have been better in some capacities, like one of them being Carmelo Hayes getting the win over Andrade. But it is what it is. Like as long as Carmelo Hayes does not lose, like in this 7 series matches against Andrade, like I'm all good with that. So it's gonna get kind of a pass for now. But yeah, but SmackDown still was pretty decently good, and it definitely deserved the 4 stars. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, please make sure to hit the big thumbs up button on this video in particular, and subscribe if you haven't already, along with the post notification bell beside it. And make sure to stay tuned for more videos coming up this way, which we're going to be talking about AEW Rampage, like the review on what just happened right after SmackDown went off the air, but it was on TNT, of course, which we got so much to talk about right here. It was absolutely entertaining. And yeah, and I hope I'll see you guys on the next video with some more SNA content until we meet again. Super Ninja Austin out of here. Bye-bye for now, guys. I'll see you guys in the next 20 seconds.